always have a master track to rely on, so you'll never lose content. That's why that's why it's locked. You cannot disable it. It's just like for your safety.
And that's one of the
And to
things that
avoid user error.
that would have saved me when I did my Little Nightmares playthrough, because then I would have at least had audio instead of no audio.
Yeah,
um,
imagine it's a complete disaster. You had an amazing live stream. You recorded everything, and then in post, you noticed that something went wrong. You lost audio, and what now? So we really don't want users to go through that experience to find out that something went wrong in the recording when they're gonna check the recording or the VOD. So yeah, master track is always there for you.
it's like the little friend on your shoulder that's like, "Hey, we're not
Yep.
going to let you mess this up."
Yep.
So let's start, yeah, just from the beginning again, because I know that we've gotten a couple more friends that have joined in and are interested in what we're talking about today. So we're doing a quick Meld demo of our brand new feature, multi-track recording. And we've given a couple little tidbits of knowledge on how you can use it. So I'm just going to quickly go through that again before we move on. So we'll see that you have 3 different audio sources in your audio mixer right here. You've got Spotify, your microphone, and our Discord. And when we come and click this edit button, now you'll be able to set those sources to different tracks. But can you set them to more than one track? Yes, you can actually select them to all 6 if you want.
Yeah.
And the best part about
Yes, you
this
can.
is this isn't just 6. So on top of these 6 that are displayed here, you are still able to use your VOD track and your master track in Meld Studio. So when you come to the settings, you'll notice there's actually 8 here. So you can actually select your VOD track to be recorded separately as well. This would be amazing for some of you who want to post your content to YouTube after the fact of your
Mhm.
live stream. And something that I don't know if everybody in chat knows is you can actually use this VOD track in your outputs as well. So if I were to come
Yeah.
here and I were to add a streaming output, let's just select YouTube for the second. Use VOD track. YouTube uses the same audio track for both your live stream and your VOD. When enabled, any tracks excluded from the VOD track won't be included in your YouTube output. So what this does is it automatically allows you to remove DMCA things that you might be having live on streams on other platforms like Twitch from playing live on YouTube while you're streaming. So that allows you to use that VOD track as an output, and then we also allow you to use it as a recording output or a recording audio track. There we go. So here you can select all of these. If you wanted to have all 8, you can have all 8. If you want to have only 4, you can have only 4. You can rename these, as I said. So we've got music. I can rename music to Spotify. I can rename my mic and voice to main mic. And when you come out of your settings, those are going to be automatically displayed instantly in
Yeah.
your audio source editing settings, which I think is just incredible.
Yeah. It's super easy. And do you want to tell the little secret now? Like if you get your recorded file, you open in VLC, for example, you will be able to see the name of the tracks if you go to switch in the audio menu in your media player, so that's really cool.
So if you're actually able in your some media players and some editing softwares. It doesn't work in all of them. They
Yeah.
have to support it, unfortunately. But if you were to load that in, then it would show Discord as the audio name of the audio track. It'll show game audio. It'll show alerts. It'll show custom. So if you're a streamer who sends their content to maybe an editor, this would be perfect because you can say, "Hey, I want you to use the Discord. I want you to get rid of the Discord track, and I want you to only keep mic and gameplay for these clips." But then you still have the long form where maybe you want to post the VOD in Discord and you want to keep those Discord friends. You can keep all of them there. And this will just keep it all separated so that depending on how you want to use your content, you're able to, which is what I love about it, is the fact that you can kind of cookie cutter the same recording to work for multiple things. So like let's say
Yeah.
you have background music playing for live stream, but you want that background music to be saved in your VOD, but you don't want that background music in your recorded file. You can do all of that possible right here in Meld in just a few like buttons, and it's super self-explanatory.
Yeah. Super easy.
You guys also might notice that even though this isn't a new feature, excluded from VOD track got a little revamp. Carol decided to make it
Yeah.
extra pretty for you guys. The button turns purple and says excluded instead of exclude, which I think is just one of those little meld touches that we add to everything where it's like, how can we just like give it a little pizzazz? And this was definitely one of those
Yeah.
buttons. So, Carol, do you want to explain kind of why you decided to change this up?
Yeah. We had a few occasions where, when going through a demo with a user, and we noticed that some of them never found the way to exclude an audio source from the VOD. And that's a big issue, a user not finding an option. And since we know how important that is if you want to stream some certain content to platforms like Twitch, we had to highlight that. So a redesign to this menu would be inevitable because of the tracks that we now added. So I took the chance to just do a little revamp and highlight the exclude option a little bit more. So that's the story behind it. So now it's right there. It's hard to miss. It's purple.
We also added a
and
little bit of information for our users too, because we understood that actually some people were confused about what VOD track did and how it worked. So now there's like a just a little info tip for you to explain exactly what this button is and what it does and why it's so important for what you do. And it's one of my favorite
yeah,
buttons. Protect yourself from DMCA strikes. It will not obviously protect you from a live DMCA takedown. I just want to reiterate that. If you are playing DMCA content and music while live, there is always a chance that you can get a strike, but it's very rare and a lot harder to get. Usually, when people get those DMCA strikes, it's going to be in your VOD. It's going to be in the saved content. And Twitch does their best to mute the VODs. And that's why, if you've ever watched your VOD back on Twitch specifically, you might see like a little red bar in the VOD timeline that says muted for DMCA, copyrighted content. But that also removes your mic, your game, everything. It's a complete mute of the video. So basically, you just go silent. And this will protect you from that by just removing it from the VOD. So you can save, you can stream with all of your music and all of your audios. And then when you click and stream, you can rest assured that none of that is being saved in the file that and recorded VOD that'll be displayed on your Twitch page.
yeah,
So far,
yeah,
does anybody have any questions? I think that's probably a really great place to stop and ask. Do you guys have any questions specifically about multi-track recording that we can answer for you right now? I've been muted a couple times for forgetting to exclude. Yep. And Fleet, the best part about this button, guys, is you can do it while you're live. So I
yeah.
actually forgot, now looking at it, to exclude. I actually forgot to exclude my Spotify track here for our live
Oh
stream
no.
today from VOD, but I just clicked it. So that means that it's on now. So for the rest of this, it will be excluded, which is great. That's my fault for re-adding my Spotify right before we went live. But that's how great it
Yeah,
is. Another example of that is the encoding settings, the bit rate. Whenever you need to change your bit rate while you're live, you no longer have to end your stream if you are streaming with Meld. You can just bump it up, bump it down, however you feel comfortable. And that's another awesome thing. You don't have to completely restart. How to add transparent chat of multiple platforms. LiveHim, that is something that would be probably added through like a third party service. Caster Labs, Lumia, StreamerBot, Mix It Up. I think there's a lot more of them they all offer. I would recommend probably like a browser source. I know Stream Elements also does this. So what you'll do is you'll be able to go in to one of those services and get a browser link, and you'll come in back into Meld. You'll click this layer button, and you're going to go ahead and add a browser layer. You'll paste it into this URL section, and then chat will be displayed so that your viewers can see it. If you're looking to be able to read your chat messages without your viewers being able to see it, we have the built-in multi-chat that you can also dock any of your custom URL chats here. So if you have something that you already use
hmm,
that's like a URL dashboard, or maybe you're just streaming on Twitch, Kick, or YouTube and you only want to have just that dashboard, you can actually put it right into here. Actually, I'll give a little
yeah.
example of that.
We can. I was gonna ask you to show them how to do that. We're gonna
Yeah.
make it easier to find. Um, should probably show them.
You go to settings, you'll come down to user interface, and we're going to select use custom chat doc, and then you're just going to paste. Oh, I can't do it because this is meld to meld.
Oh, I see.
So what you guys
You're
are
not logged in.
actually Nope, this is a
No,
Oh, I get it. I get it. Hold on.
there it is.
Ignore me. Ignore me. No, I'm not 100%
Hmm.
sure if it.
We're
Let's
having a
see.
technical moment.
I think we're having a technical moment, guys. So, what you guys are actually seeing on screen here is not my normal Meld Studio. So, if you go into the Meld Discord in the How to Meld section, you can actually get a second instance of Meld to run on your computer. I do know there's a couple little limitations with it, which I'm thinking this might be one of them, is I'm not able to.
I'll take note of that.
Oh, nope,
Let Terry know.
it
Oh,
worked.
that worked. Yeah.
It worked. So I think it was just a me problem. If you ask anybody on the team, I am the one that breaks everything all of the
I'm
time.
just copying the last character of the link.
Yep, I think that's exactly what I did. I said it was stream manage, not stream manager. So here, if I were to log into Twitch, you would see my Twitch stream dashboard that you probably see in your stream manager when you go to your stream settings on your Twitch account. If I log in here, that's exactly what would be displayed. So you can actually have all of your buttons, your quick actions, all of that kind of stuff. And we've talked about, adding some cool things, maybe to a dashboard in the future of some kind, that you can do in Meld. I know that we have on the roadmap to be able to change your stream settings coming eventually, not anytime soon. I'm not
She
leaking
just licked
anything.
it.
This is not a leak.
Oh,
It is very
wow.
public knowledge that this is something
Look
we
at
will
that,
be
guys.
working on. But that is something that we've talked about is,
Leak
we
number leak number
leak
one
number
of the
one.
stream.
We just know it's something that you guys have definitely asked for and we think is very important that you would get a lot of use out of. So it's something that we will be putting time and effort into figuring out, just probably not in the super near future. And I don't know what that'll look like. We talked about maybe making a dashboard, if it should be in the product, maybe it should be on your Meld profile. We're not 100% sure exactly how we're going to do it yet, but it is something that we're thinking about. So take the activity feed
Yeah.
and disconnect it from the Meld Studio program. Oh, that would be, yep. So you're talking about this. If you were to come back into this user interface and turn off your custom chat doc and come back in here, when you would to be when you're logged into your outputs, which I am not because this is a second instance of Meld, you'll have your activity feed separated from your chat here. So that's actually what
Mhm.
I'm using to read chat because we're actually live on YouTube, YouTube Shorts, Twitch, and Kick all at the same time right now. And I'm reading all of the messages from all of the platforms in real time through this chat doc that you guys see right here.
Yeah.
Multiple custom panels. Josny, that's something that we've talked about. I do know that we'll probably be giving you guys another panel in the near future for stream management. I don't know if we'll have another panel for custom anytime soon. I think that the devs would probably, I know the devs have some reasons that they're not wanting to put a bunch of custom docs into Meld for performance stuff until we can get a really good streamlined experience for it. So, will we see Meld Studio
Yeah.
for iPad?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Honestly, that's a good question. It's not the first time we heard that.
How cool would it be if
But
you could go live from like your phone and then we took the
yeah,
camera feed from your phone and put it through the cloud and then you could have all of your Meld scenes using your camera on your phone while you're live streaming IRL. That'd be pretty cool.
is there not a leak?
No, that's not a leak. Terry's gonna be so mad at
Okay.
me. I'm just sharing everything I want with you guys, not things that are coming soon.
Just making sure.
But I'm just giving you guys kind of a glimpse at things that we talk about often. Obviously, we can't. We like to say we move fast, but I don't know if we can move that fast. We have to kind of pick and choose what
Yeah.
we're working on, and so sometimes our conversations are just, what could we do in a year? What about in 2 years from now? Like, what could Meld look like 5 years from now if we keep building the way that we're building? So those are definitely things that we throw around so many ideas. And there's so many ideas that we've actually built and then decided not to use. Like I know some of you maybe were
Yeah.
with us at PAX East, saw the web remote that we had been working on. It was like a remote control basically of like a remote control like app, I guess I could call it, that kind of controlled changing your scenes and audios. And it's something
Yeah.
that we decided that streamers just didn't need it right now, and it was going to take a lot of maintenance to keep it working well. So there's lots of things that I think that we talk about and we debate that we could do that, maybe they'll see the light of day, maybe they won't. Maybe I'll leak
Yeah.
something so the devs are forced to make it eventually. Okay, so really quick, let's just go through the multi-track recording really quick, speed run it. So to set up audio sources to your tracks, you're going to come to the track of the audio source that you would like to set up for multi-track recording. You'll click this edit button. You're going to come down and you'll select whatever track you want to include it on. So if this is Spotify, I would include Spotify on Spotify. You'll see my microphone. I'll come in and select my microphone. And if I come to track here on Discord, I would select Discord. And what that's going to do is when I go into my recording settings through this fancy little toggle that makes it super easy, then you'll see that all of these have one source. So when you click this one source here, it'll actually show you track 2.
Yeah.
So I'm actually, let me do something so you guys can see that a little bit better. Let's go ahead and rename our sources as well. So Spotify. Oop. Let me see if I can do it. Yeah, I can do it on my main Meld. I cannot do it on
Mm,
my second instance of Meld.
okay. Hmm.
Oh, okay. I
Oh,
don't know if it's
there.
me, Carol. I think might be my keyboard. I spilled I spilled soup on my keyboard like 2 days ago.
Yeah, it's
and
hard to track that issue now.
and I think I might have broke a couple of my buttons. But so here we
Yeah,
have
maybe.
Spotify. Here we have microphone. We'll put mic. And here we have Discord. So you'll see each of these audio sources now have a specific name. They're each assigned to the audio track I want them assigned to. And then when I come in here to my settings, you'll see that I can select which ones are going to be in the recording. So just to clarify, this step sets the audio source to the audio track. And then when you come to the recording output settings, this selects which audio tracks are going to be in the recording. So there's 2 steps to being able to set this up. And then when you come through, whatever is highlighted in green will be included in the recording as a separated audio track in your post-production. And if you select a track here that does not have a source, we're going to prompt you about it. So it says 0 sources.
Yeah.
3 enabled tracks have no audio source to record. So we're going to warn you that this audio track has no audio in case that's maybe not on purpose. But don't worry, even if you do that, you still have your master track to fall back to. And then you'll come in and you might see if you right click this, source tracks, it'll actually tell you exactly what audio source is included in this. So if I right click here, you'll see my mic, Spotify, and my Discord are all included in my VOD track. If I
Yeah.
come to my main mic, you'll see my mic is included in my main mic audio track. If I click 0 sources here, nothing happens because no audio source has been selected. But if I come out, so this is let's do this for custom. You'll see custom here has 0 sources. So we're going to come back out to here. We're going to select my Discord onto the custom. And when you select this way, that means that this Discord audio source is included in the Discord track and in the custom track. So when I come in to my audio settings for my audio tracks, you'll see that this has 1 source now, and it's Discord. And this one has 1 source, and it's Discord. But this one has 3 sources. So when you
Mhm.
put this into an editing software or a post-production software, the VOD track will have all 3 of these combined. They will not be separated the way they are from the other ones. So if you're trying to make them each separate, then there needs to be, like, if you want this track that's labeled Discord to only be Discord, it can only have the Discord track. If I were to add my mic into here, then Discord and mic would be combined and I would not be able to separate those on this track. So that's just like a little
Yeah.
tidbit so you guys know exactly how that works. And then, yeah, these are also
Yeah.
renamable. So if you come in and you click the button, you can rename these as many to whatever you would like. That makes it easy for you.
Yeah. I
And
think too a little use case that is that shows the how important renaming those audio tracks can be for you If you do podcast recordings, you can go there and you can assign your first track to be like the host, second one can be guest one, and then guest two. If you have a room tone mic, you can just separate those, and it's gonna make it super easy for later on in your recording. And one really nice thing that Tiff didn't show, if you right click there, Tiff, and go and right click on the VOD track, yeah, there it is. If you expose those sources and if you click one of them, we're going to review that source in the audio mixer. So I think that's going to be super useful for you guys like who have a alert track with a list of sources assigned to it, and you can just go and find them with a single click from that source in the track.
That is such a good touch. It's such a good touch because then if you have any doubt, if you come in here to the VOD track and you right click this and you're like, let's say you have multiple audio sources that are named the same, maybe multiple media files that you want in here, you could come in and you can actually find exactly which one it is. So if it's set up and it's not supposed to be there. So let's do a great example of this on how you would, let's rename this one back to Spotify. So if I right click this and there's Spotify there, but let's say I came into my mic and I accidentally added this to two of them. Then if I come here and now I can see Spotify has two sources. Wait, Spotify is not supposed to have two sources. It's only supposed to be my music. Then if you right click this, you can see that, oh, I accidentally added my mic to my Spotify track. And then you can click it and take it off that easy. So
Yeah.
Carol put a lot of time and effort into thinking like, if something goes wrong, how are they going to try to fix it? And how, if something's going wrong, can we make it super obvious and self explanatory for them to know something's not set up the way that you want it to be and how you can quickly and easily fix it? And I just think that's such a really good touch that you added, being able to do that.
Thank you. Yeah, we want this to be so intuitive that is hard to make a mistake, right?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, pretty excited about this one. I think it's one of the designs that I'm most excited about. I like how it looks. I like how it works. And yeah, now I hope you guys enjoy it
So I want to
after
touch,
so many requests.
I'm going to touch on one more thing that we haven't showed them yet. If you guys come up here, you might be familiar with the encoder view. Give me a little 07 if you love the encoder and view as much as I do. And if you don't know what the encoder view is, we're going to tell you because if you're not using this, you should. It is a great reference to being able to understand exactly what's going on under the hood of Meld while you're setting up your streams or live streaming. So if you come in here, you'll see that I've got my audio output and my recording output and my clipping output. We went ahead and made sure that your audio tracks are added to this and you can see them and they're updated in real time. So not only can you still select it from here, it's the same as in the recording settings. You can right click, it'll take you to your mic. So when you're in this recording setting, you can actually click on your recording output to take you to the settings as well. And when you're here, you can see that it tracks and you can see that it's taking the master track, the guest one, and the guest two. And all of those are successfully being recorded in the audio tracks. I love the details that's added here where you can actually see it listed. So video track, you can see here, audio tracks, you can see here. So this is something that maybe, let's say you set it all up and you're kind of like, wait, I'm still unsure. Did I do it right? The encoder view is a great place to come and be like, okay, yeah, I did. Because look at it. Let's say you're setting up for a podcast. You would have your master track, host, guest one, guest two, background music. And then you know it's all there because if it's displayed here, that means it's being recorded. Is there already a chance for PTT on mic without a third-party program? PTT.
PTT. That's a
Uh,
good question. I don't have an answer for that.
yeah, Joel is the
PTT
audio
on
expert
mic.
guy. Push to talk. Push to talk. Oh, this is something that I would love to see. I know that it's probably not something that's going to come super fast, or anytime
Push
soon.
to talk.
Push to talk would be, basically, Carol, it's something that streamers use, where it
Yeah,
mutes it
yeah.
while it's being held and then unmutes it.
Yeah, now I
I know that there's,
didn't know the abbreviation of PTT, but I know
I
what
know,
push to talk is.
I think there's a way to do it with the Stream Deck. if
Mhm.
I'm thinking right. But it would be really awesome to have the support there. Maybe even if it's not user side here as a hotkey button. If we were able to set up a push to talk button or hotkey,
Yeah.
even if it's not here, because I don't see people needing it here necessarily. I see them needing to be able to trigger it from either a keyboard or I used a foot pedal when I was a streamer to be able to do mine, or the Stream Deck could be a good one where they
Mhm.
just click a button. So that's great. Actually, if you wanted to throw that into feature requests in the Discord, that would be awesome. It's
Definitely do
definitely
that.
something.
I don't think we have one for that.
Yeah, I don't think so
I don't
either.
think
I
we have
don't
a
think we've gotten
request.
that yet. But yeah,
But yeah, a long time ago, I worked on something with Ollie. Um, and maybe that's something we can think about. Um, yeah, definitely drop as a feature request in Discord.
an audio ducking feature for audio tracks.
Coming soon as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I'm
one,
pretty sure
a highly requested one.
audio filters, new audio filters is something that we've been discussing as a team being pretty high priority. Um, that would probably be included in the audio filters update, huh? Audio ducking.
Yeah, I think they can come together. New audio filters and that um could definitely make it in. I don't know when. We don't have dates,
Yeah,
but
Terry
it's
specifically isn't here so that he doesn't have to give those answers. And
yeah.
he's finally taking a vacation. If you guys don't
Very
know,
deserved vacation.
Ollie, Sergey, and Terry are our developers, along with Joel, who's our CEO. And if you guys don't, if I'm sure if you are a part of the Discord, you know that Terry is basically always around. He sees everything. He answers questions all the time. He's usually somebody that's in support tickets. So is Ollie. And our beloved Terry is finally taking a week off to go to an amusement park with his kiddos. So we're really excited for him. I'm very excited for him to
Yeah.
get a little break.
Yeah, pretty excited as well. And yeah, did you show them? I think is one last thing that we wanted to show them if they don't know yet how that works is the per scene audio
Yes.
that you can achieve through unlinking the audio
Yes.
tracks.
This isn't something new, but I'm going to show it off anyways because I don't think enough streamers know about it. And it is a game changer feature. So if you come to scene one, scene two, scene three, you will see every single one of these audio tracks is on all three of the scenes. And if I changed it, like if I were to turn all of these down or I were to mute one and I go to the other scenes, it's also still muted. Those are called global state. That means that no matter what scene you're on, that is a global audio track. It's going to behave the same on all of the scenes. And we actually created a way for you guys to disattach them. So let's say for scene one, let's call this my starting soon screen. Starting soon. For my starting soon, I will probably, if I can spell it right, for my starting soon, I'll probably want my music really loud and maybe my mic muted so that nobody hears me like burping or getting ready for stream or doing all like the things the streamers do when we're trying to get ready. So what I'm going to do for my starting soon is I'm going to disattach from the global track. So track unlinked. Volume and mute settings now apply only to this scene. So to customize audio in other scenes, just unlink the track there too. So what this is going to do is going to allow me to unlink all of these. So let's say I want my friends to be muted in my starting soon screen. We're all in Discord chatting, hanging out. I actually used this in the starting soon screen when stream started today so that you couldn't hear me and Carol chatting about what you guys were saying in chat. And then as soon as you switch your scene, it's going to automatically adjust. So I'll probably want my mic here also muted, and I'll have my music all the way up. But when I come to scene one, you'll notice that automatically changes. I'll go ahead and change this so you can get the visual.
There it is.
So now when I'm talking, you'll notice I'm still talking here, but you can't see it because it's muted. And when I come here, it is. But let's say I don't want my music obviously blasting so loud like it was in my starting soon screen. So I'm going to unlink that and I'm going to turn my music down a little bit because when I switch to this scene, I want my music to quiet down so that you can actually hear me. Same concept. You'll see that it'll automatically adjust just right here. And then let's say let's say I have maybe a gaming scene. And on my gaming scene, I don't want music at all. I actually just want my game. So then what I can do is when I'm on my starting soon screen and my other scene, I actually don't want my game at all. So we're going to go ahead and mute them. And when I come to my gaming, I'm going to go ahead and oh, did I do this backwards? No, I didn't. This is good. I'm going to have my music all the way
Mhm.
off, my game all the way up. And I want my friends to be a little bit quieter and I want me to be a little bit louder, but I don't want my game to overtake me. And if you need to be able to make those adjustments, click this Q button and then you'll be able to hear it because that plays it automatically in my ears. So I'm actually hearing myself talk right now and I don't like that. So we're going to stop doing that. So if you need to be able to check your audio levels without telling chat that you're checking your audio levels, that's a great way to do it. So just cue them all up, change to what you think is comfortable, lower your music, lower your gameplay, make you a little louder, find that sweet spot for your friends, and then uncue, and that's how chat's going to hear it. So now you'll see when you switch scenes, all of your audio levels are set to what you want them to be for that scene. And that's my favorite feature in Meld. It has saved me quite a few
I love that
times.
one.
It's so good. It's just so simple and easy to use and super self-explanatory. So yeah, shout out to you guys and specifically like the devs and Carol's design for making it possible and for making it super easy to use. It's something I use in every single one of my streams. I think I have a different audio level for like half my scenes. So amazing, amazing feature. With that, I think we've covered the new OBS importer. We've covered the multi-track
Cover
recording,
multi-track
the
recording,
encoder view stuff, per-scene audio. Why don't we
per-scene
open it up
audio.
for questions now?
Yeah,
Chat?
sure.
Why don't we go ahead and we're going to give you guys some time to just ask us questions. Is it request features? How do you do something? Is this possible? If we have the answers, we'll try to give them to you. Unless, I've barred and banned us from talking about it because no more leaks. We are not going to leak anything for this next upcoming sprint. We want it to actually be a surprise what you're getting next week. I'm actually going to check. Okay. It's not in there, so we're good. That's the only leak you're going to get.
Ooh.
That's the only leak you're gonna get. But yes, if you guys
For a
have any
second, I was like, "Oh my
questions,
god, is that?"
I was like, do you think Ollie actually took it out, or do you think he left it in?
I have no idea.
Can we ask Joel to leak some news? Joel is banned and barred from the live stream for now until further notice. But actually,
Yep.
Joel is doing very important CEO work tonight, so he wasn't able to join us. He's very excited about this feature, though, and he's very excited to hear what you guys think about it. He was thrilled when we got to show him in we have sync up meetings all the time where the whole team gets in and works on this stuff together. So we all kind of give our perspective. And he was super excited to see how far it had come from the first iteration to now. That's a leak in itself. It is a little leak. Okay, hold up. We get an update next week too. Yes, there will be an update to
Yep.
Meld next week. We're very excited to get it to you. Guys, we're 3 weeks in a row now. We had to catch up from Live AF. So that's what we figured,
True.
We had quite a few things on the back burner and we wanted to get through Live AF Fest and really let you guys enjoy that. And then we were like, okay, we've got them lined up. Let's get them out. You're spoiling us. We are. Meld supports streaming with AV1 codec. I
No, we don't have that
nope.
yet.
Nope.
It's in a roadmap. Quite a few tweaks there to make, but that's an answer that you can have better insight from the devs and
Yeah.
but there are discussions around this for sure.
Yeah, definitely things that we're talking about. Can you use NDI with Meld similar to the OBS NDI plugin? So we do not have NDI support yet, but there is a workaround that our amazing, one of our amazing content creators and community members, Puns, made. If you go on YouTube and you search NDI Meld Studio, he does have a workaround for a way that you can use it in Meld Studio, but it is not an official feature yet. And that is one I do believe when we do release it, it'll be a little bit of ways away, and that will come with a cost to us to be able to implement it. So it's one that we can't prioritize right now because Meld's a free product. So definitely something that
Yep.
we have on the roadmap in the future that might be more of an advanced feature kind of thing for users.
Yeah.
Great question.
Thoughts
Go ahead.
thoughts on being able to group sources within layers. That's a
Please.
huge one. That's all of us want it. Trust me.
Please.
Believe me when I say it, we want it. Yeah, I think I don't want to leak stuff, but this is a big one. We've discussed that a lot, and hopefully it's coming really soon. So you'll be
A
able to
question
group your layers.
I would love a question to chat for the person who asked that. Do when you think of group layering, I for my use case only want to be able to group them basically like once. Are you looking to be able to group a group or just kind of these layers are grouped together and now they have a name and they're all together? Or are you trying to do that and then do that again? Because that's something I want to know, like how intricate people are wanting that feature to get. And while we're waiting for your answer, let's see. Let's see. Does Meld need beta testers? You can apply to be a beta tester in the Discord. We are always looking for people to help us test. It mostly has to do with what your computer is, what encoders you have, how often and how available you are. We ship a lot of updates to the beta testers throughout the week. They play with everything multiple times. I think the beta testers tested 3 different iterations of this over the last week. Helped us find
Yeah.
things, and so it is something that's a little bit demanding. So we like to make sure that when people sign up for it, they kind of know what they're signing up for. We need you to be pretty active. So you guys are doing a great job on the continued updates. Thank you so much, Jimmy. We really appreciate it. We all come from a streamer background, so we're pretty passionate about what we're doing. And we absolutely love. I think release days are my favorite, just because it's like, oh my gosh, we get to give them something they've been asking for so long. So we appreciate the kind words. And Mystic, I'm so happy that you thought Live AF was fun. We thought it was a blast too. Our team feels like we're operating in super speed after Live AF.
Yeah, that is true.
So is this for only for recording or can use it for live streaming? So Elixir, this will be this is not supported in outputs yet. So multi-track audio is only supported for recording yet. We do have plans on the roadmap to eventually bring it to output, so you'd have per output tracks, but it is not something that we support yet. If possible, how about adding sound notifications for new chat messages? You guys want alerts. You're talking about alerts.
Alerts.
So you can technically set those up with third-party services right now. I can't say much more about what we're gonna do with our widgets. If you guys have ever seen this little layer right here, I believe it's the combo widget does that have sound, or is it just picture attached to it? Let's see. If you guys didn't know, I'm going to show you a little secret trick. If you click on these 3 dots on our widget layers, you can actually unlock a whole bunch of feature like settings. We keep it hidden because it's a little overwhelming at first, just how
Mhm.
many come with it. If you see how far I am scrolling, I don't think this one comes with. So it's not the combo widget. Let me
The
check
sound.
the Spotlight widget. So let's see. Show hidden commands. I don't believe they have audio to them. I believe it was just images. Yep,
It
just
was
image
it was
sources.
just yeah.
So what you're asking is maybe, you know, we have some plans for the widget stuff that eventually will come, and I'm very excited for people to get to play with.
Maybe custom ones. I don't
Yeah,
know.
maybe custom ones. Maybe you could make your own using our API. That would be crazy.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I
Just
don't
saying.
know. We're gonna get in so much
I know
trouble.
what I'm talking about.
We're
Just
being Joel.
true.
I think of a collapsible
Hope he
folder
doesn't
that
watch
can.
this.
I'm gonna delete the VODs. I think of a collapsible folder that can resize, move the sources that are in that folder, and collapse the folder to clean up the layers view. Okay, perfect. So that's kind of you're thinking of exactly how I would use it. So I think Carol, what we're getting for information from users, they really just want to be able to put sources together and keep them together so they can move them and manipulate them and organize them separately.
Yeah, yeah. There's a basic version of grouping layers that we can probably ship pretty soon, and then get to the complex side of it that in the inspector panel would give you like a very nice will show you very nice properties of all the layers you have in that group. For
Mm-hmm.
example, let's say you have 2 rectangles in a group and one is pink, the other one is yellow, and you just want to change the colors without having to expand the folder. And we just want to give you full control from the inspector panel, and then you can manage all the layers in a single group with A's without having to expand everything. So that's coming probably later, but we're gonna give you guys a a simple version at
Yeah.
first, so it's gonna make super easy, to group layers for sure. We want that really bad.
Yeah, for real. I think I think layer grouping is something I ask for in every single meeting that we have, like a meeting about sprint planning, what we're going to be working on directly next to release. And it's been high on me and Carol's roadmap for a long time. And something that actually got mentioned in chat was the ability to not just captions. Closed captioning is something that we talk about often. That's another feature that comes with a cost. So unfortunately, there are some features that we've delayed due to the fact that we are a free product and it's something that's going to cost money to implement. But same thing as language translation. Meld won't always only be in English, but we're a pretty small team size right now, and until we have until we have the ability to have support for multiple languages, we probably won't put the product in multiple languages. But I do know the plan is eventually to be able to make it to region, right? Based, Carol.
Yeah.
So depending on
Mhm.
what region you are, it'll automatically adjust to where you're at.
Yeah.
I use grouping for different ways to filter my camera. Exactly, that's kind of what I want it for. Um, when we talk about layer grouping, the other thing I want is effect grouping so that you can create effects and then group them together and name them. So that you can trigger them and chat can trigger them. That is something that I hope is coming super soon. I've been pushing for it. I know Carol's been working on her free time on designs for the layer grouping, effect layering, grouping, what that's going to look like. That way you can have one camera with like 10 different effects, and they would basically be making your own presets. And
Mhm.
Carol, it would be really cool, just a thought, if once they create it, it takes it out of the effect list and creates a preset for them in the preset list instead of what we have.
That would be amazing.
So
Yeah.
then
Like, their own library of
so
presets.
basically instead of having the
Um
presets or the effects, it would kind of be like you have the presets and then when you click on a preset it opens up the effects list. I
Mhm.
like that.
Got it.
Okay. Look at you guys. You're giving us ideas. Is there an
Should do this
underused
more often.
we're thinking once a week. If I can find we gotta the time commitment is a little difficult with how busy the whole team is. But I think it'd be
Yeah.
fun to do it at least with every release. I think you guys can expect the live streams going forward. I think it's a great opportunity for us to get direct feedback from you guys as we show it, and also ideas like this. Is there any underused features in Meld that small content creators like myself could take advantage of right now? A Pursing audio, if you got to see that reboot from YouTube. I don't know if you were able to see that. It'll be in the VOD. You can also go on our YouTube, in our how to meld section is a great place to find one of those graphics. You basically can set up, as you can see here with the starting soon screen and the scenes. You can set up your audio levels by unlinking them from the global state to be different. And the other feature that I think is underutilized is the clip button. So this button right here will make a 90-second clip of all of your content. You do not have to be live. You do not have to be recording. As long as Meld was open, we will make that clip. So if you're gaming offline, have Meld open on the background in your computer. Because if you hit something cool and you're like, gosh, I wish I was streaming so I could make content out of that, click the clip button. Now you have the content. So I think that's definitely two of the, I would say, the most underused features that people don't always
Mhm.
get far in figuring out. Yeah, we've definitely learned to inject caffeine directly into our veins. Terry's got a caffeine addiction. I can't stop drinking Ghost energy drinks. It's fine. Carol just
Sergi as
thrives on
well, like, he
vibes.
just confessed that he takes a Monster can every single morning, and I was like, "What?"
I drink one of these it's 6 o'clock at night. I'm still drinking it. It's so bad.
Wow. Crazy.
worst
Yeah, I
part
can't live
about
without coffee as well, I can't judge you.
worst part about Meld is having to wait for the next update. I feel that. I feel that. Um, sorry guys, I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anybody's questions. Goes to clip all the evidence. Don't you dare, Birchie. Okay, had to say, did I miss anything? If you guys put a question in chat that we didn't answer, go ahead and get it in there really quick so I can see it. We're gonna probably wrap up in the next like 5 to 10 minutes, so you guys can get back to creating content and playing around with this new multi-track update. Is audio ducking coming? Yes, it will be coming in the future with an audio filter update. Dreamsicle is so good. Dreamsicle is not as good as this is the best ghost flavor. I will die on that hill. The grape flavor is the best. Oh my gosh, Carol, behind you because of the panels. You look like you have Mickey Mouse
Yeah, I was
ears.
just like Straight away.
Scene
Look at
scene
that.
grouping would be cool for those who stream to different pages. Ozreal, I think what we'll probably do is profiles. So instead of scene grouping, we'll allow you to switch between profiles is something that we've talked about. So
Mhm.
you could load up like a recording profile, a streaming profile, and be able to save multiple of those. We've talked about having a cloud service for those sometime soon in the maybe I don't know, maybe that would be really cool if you could just save your profiles on the cloud. I need to stop.
I wasn't here. You never saw me.
Guys, I hope you
Oh
also know,
gosh.
just a disclaimer, a lot of the things I'm talking about are things that we want to do. I will never ever leak something that is about to come out. So whenever I talk about things, just know that these are ideas, things that we're working on. If it is something that is actively being developed, that is something that I won't leak because that means that we're in the marketing prep of getting those features to you, and I want you to be excited about them. So these are all things
Yeah.
that definitely conversations that we have as a team that to give you an idea of where our roadmap is going. If you've been with us, you probably haven't been with us for very long. I know a couple people in chat have been with us since PAX East last year, but Meld is still so early in its development. It is going to go some really cool
It
places.
is.
So,
Yeah.
trying to paint a picture for you guys of what that's really going to look like because it's going to be really cool, especially when we get, some of the other things that Joel's already leaked. So, I clipped all the leaks and I'm going to use them later when they come out. Okay, Spike, you can call me on that.
Clever.
So I found something interesting and it's a big oops and I wanted to share my layout with my husband and exported then imported his Meld Studio. It erased all of his scenes. So don't worry, Taylor. And he did not save a backup in a while. No, Taylor, don't worry. We do it for you. So anytime that you actually import
Yeah.
a session, go to restore from backup and it'll be listed here. So if he opens up his Meld Studio and he goes restore from backup, his scenes will be here. Anytime you import anything into Meld, we make an automatic backup for you so that that doesn't happen. Because I've been there. We've all
Yeah.
been there. So even if he didn't export it, don't worry. It's still there. He just has to go find it. Um, we look out for y'all.
Yeah.
Whose does the
Yeah.
coding then for a Meld feature? We have four. Do we? How many devs do we have? I don't know who's considered a dev. I just count Sergey, Ollie, Terry, and Joel.
Sergey, Ollie, Terry, and Joel
Yeah.
mostly.
So I think Ollie and Terry probably work most on like the back end stuff. Sergey works a lot on the front end stuff. I don't really know what Joel does work on stuff. I just don't know where he works on stuff like in relation with where the others do. Usually Joel's working on something separate from the team and then it gets like kind of put in after the fact.
Yeah.
And then Carol does all of the designs for all of it. So once it's kind of built into the back end of the product, then Carol is kind of filled in on what it does. And then she finds a way to make it exposed to you guys in a way that makes sense. And then she works with the dev team back and forth to what's possible. Can we do this? Let's change this. Let's put this button somewhere else until it gets to the point where you guys get to see it. That's very much how this came to be. I want to say the very first iteration I got to see of this, it looked so different, guys. It looked very different, and it's really a collaboration effort. It usually starts with the devs building the back end, Carol coming in, making the first design idea of it, and then back and forth between Carol and the dev team on what's possible. And then I usually come in towards the end to help with like copywriting stuff. I help with like the explaining it, how we're gonna do a user education, how you guys are gonna perceive it, and give outside perspective, like from a streamer on
Yeah.
how they'll use
And
it.
it's quite interesting mentioning that because like whenever we are building a feature, um and we talk about development, okay, development is the programming side of things, but all of us participate in the process of developing the feature that you're going to get at the end when we release it. Like we share this with the entire team in the meetings. Tiff gets to see and help with the copy, like everyone did something to build multi-track recording
Mm-hmm.
here. Like everyone in the team gave a little bit of insight to get the final result for this, and this is how it works
Yep.
in Meld. you
And
know?
then also our beta team is kind of also an extension on that, because once we try, I say we get it like 95% of the way there, and then once it goes, I mean, multi-canvas. Once we got the first iteration to the alpha testers, we came back and we changed, I want to say, so much about it just
Yeah.
from the feedback they gave us. So first it starts as a team collaboration, and then it's a community collaboration, because once we think we're confident, we get more feedback before it ever goes fully into the product. It goes through so many different eyes and ideas and opinions and research. I think it's my favorite thing about what we do, because we are so adamant that we do it the best that we can and that we deliver something that's the final. But yes, Fly Guy, to answer your question, yes, multi-track recording is out. I will give you a quick little rundown since you just got here before we wrap up. It's a good way for us to wrap up the stream, because me and Carol are going to go ahead and end here soon. A multi-track recording is out. You start either in your recording settings or in your audio track here. So if you see in the editing, oh, I don't have a device selected here. There we go. I was wondering why that edit button. That's a nice little feature there, Carol, that when there's not a device selected, it'll kind of ping you by not allowing you to edit it until you select something. So if you click the edit button, you'll kind of come into here and you'll see this is where you'll select your audio source to a track. So you can select multiple tracks per audio source if you'd like. So this is my microphone. Let me go ahead and open my settings, and we'll rename these back so that you guys can understand a little bit better. We have mic, we have Discord. Perfect. So when you come into here, you will see that my microphone is selected on mic, my Spotify is selected on Spotify, my Discord is now selected on Discord, and my game is selected on custom, just because I don't have game. But if you would like to, you can come back in here and we would change custom to game. So that is how you select your audio source to a track. If you want to, you can select all of them. This would make this audio source play on all of the tracks though. So just keep that in mind. That's probably not the use case I would say the average person is going to do with this one. And then you can click this little button, and this is where you select an audio track to the recording. So every single one of these 8 tracks you see here is a separate audio track in your recording that you would use in post-production. So if you hover and right click here, you'll see your mic is your mic, your game is your game, your Spotify is your Spotify. And when you load that in to, what is it, VLC?
VLC,
Yep.
yeah.
So if you were to load into something like a media player like VLC, you'll actually see these named separately. So you'll see Spotify, you'll see mic, you'll see game, all as separate audio tracks, and you will always have a master track to fall back on. So even if for some reason, let's say something failed, we will always save a master track, which is going to be all of your sources. This is your live stream track. This is what chat hears. You're not able to remove anything or add anything to this. And we do that on purpose just to make sure that you are never left with like a blank audio recording. I did that when I was a
Yeah.
streamer. So just kind of like a fail safe for you guys so that we make sure that you never fully lose your content. But this just gives you more control over it. So you can select your VOD track. If I right click it, you can see I have all of these selected to my VOD track. And the best part is if I select Spotify here, you'll see, actually, Carol, I think I might have just found a bug. This says my VOD track has all 4 of these. But when I come here, my VOD track's not on.
Yeah, because when you exclude from VOD track, it's removed from it.
Oh, that makes
Like
sense.
when you exclude music, it's
so
not
it's
there.
almost the opposite because you're excluding
Yeah.
it. That makes sense because it's all okay. So the best way I was thinking about it backwards. The best way to think of the VOD track is it's taken out of the master track.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So basically like mic, like for example here, I would want my mic to be excluded from my VOD.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Bug squash. Look at, yeah, Carol already squashed the bug. Actually, guys, if you don't know your Live AF profiles, they're sticking around. So keep an eye on those. Keep your points. Keep racking them up because we've got some stuff planned with those and some fun badges. I think one of you already got one of the fun badges from Terry. But when you help us squish bugs and meld, you get rewarded for it. So, but yes, that's kind of the basics on how you will set this up. You can select from your audio track from your audio source settings, you can select which track to assign it to, and from your recording settings, you can set which tracks are added to your recording. So in this case, I would have Spotify, my VOD track, my mic, and my game, and my Discord, so that when I load this video into an editor, all 6 of these are displayed as separate audio tracks, and can be muted and made louder or cut out or however you want it to be. So, all
Yeah.
right.
Gives you complete freedom on post editing. It's pretty fun.
All right, I think that's probably a great place to stop. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We had so much fun. It is a blast to get to hang out with the community and get out of the office for a little bit to get to talk to you guys about what we're building at Meld and what it's like behind the scenes of everything we're working on. Thank you for your feature requests and your questions and all of the ideas you gave us. I think that idea for the effects group layering is one I really like. Carol, and we should definitely talk about that one more, especially as we're
Yeah.
working on layer grouping. So let's find somebody to raid. I don't know if Kayla's available. Why don't we look around here? Let's see if anybody's still using the Live AF Fest tag. We do. We do have some people who are still using it. Why don't we go ahead and raid? Green the Jedi is live. They participated in a lot of our events through the Live AFS. If you guys don't know what the Live AFS was, it was 6 weeks of giving back to creators that we did with Elgato, Lenovo, and Fourth Wall. It was so much fun. We actually had a blast. I think it was one of my favorite things we've ever done. So let's go ahead and send the love over to Green the Jedi. Ooh. Can I remember how to? There we go. Boom! Okay, our Twitch stream is getting ready to go. And yeah, if you guys haven't got to check out the new update, check out our release notes if you would like. They're on the Meld Studio blog at the Meld Studio website. Carol made an incredible tutorial video if you need any help getting set up. If you have any questions, let us know in the Discord. As always, we're here for you if you need it. And don't forget to share Meld with your friends. It is the best way to help us grow. Opening Meld every day and sharing Meld with your friends is all of the things that we need. It helps us keep building an amazing streaming software for you guys and is the #1 way that you can help us grow. So thank you guys for doing that every single day. We really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll see you around the Discord.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye.
Thank you.